taking on some risk here. Probably more than I'd like, but I've been craving painting all day and the weather just hasn't allowed for it. So I threw in the towel, came out here. I want you to know that there's clouds everywhere and it may hammer down on us, but I've got this fresh piece here, and if it does rain, it's okay if we ruin it. It's not a commission, there's no plan here. Just a bit of the joy of painting. That's all the plan is today. So that's pretty fun. I'm excited. What are we painting? Literally that. So if I stand out of the way, and in fact, if I go like this, we haven't done this before, get ready. Everything you see out there, this little island here, the sand, the way the sand dips down, the reflections in the sand, the islands behind and the clouds above. That's the plan. So we'll do a few little flicks like that so you can actually see the background, see the work and compare, see how you feel. But it's going to be a bit of fun. Yes, Henry. Yes, that's exciting. I'm glad. Man, I'm glad. Oh, man, that's good. I want to see some pictures. Of course, only if they're comfortable and only if you have time, but that is perfect. Now, I don't know if you heard me just say, don't panic. And I'm going to message you after this as well. It's raining a little bit now. I've been waiting on weather yesterday and today to clear up. It hasn't. So I thought, I'm not going to let another day slip by. We're just going to come out in the rain. And if the rain takes the work, guys, there's no plan for this. If it eats it, it eats it. And that's part of the fun. Hey, Paul. Champion, Henry. That is fantastico. All right. It's already raining now. This is a terrible idea. I'm excited, but this is a terrible idea. Now, my devices are, what's the term? Slightly waterproof. So we're okay to a degree. Now, hold on. I'm just going to get this next piece up here. There we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Oh no, it's raining again. Too bad I'm losing a friend. Dun, 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 dun. Just gonna move this camera out of the way here a little bit, guys. Get the old setup here. It's actually spitting now, so we're taking a risk. But the fun thing about this other video here is there's a rainbow in the background, which I find kind of cute. There we go. That's all set up. I'm not sure how long we've got. Can you guys see the rainbow? Or is that just me? Yeah. If I take the live recording here, we might just splice it with it's raining again. It'll be quite funny. Here we go. And happy Easter, Paul. Sure can. Guys, fun little development. Just like before. That's what we're painting. Everything you see. We might even add the rainbow in here. It hangs around. It is making the canvas wet. That'll make things more of a challenge. So, at the end of the day, like I say, if we lose everything, so be it. Just out here for some fun. You missed it. This is my new toolbox. Hope you can see it at the bottom of the frame there. And I've got a new tool. You have not seen this. You have not seen this. So I made this myself. It's a little bit interesting. How it works. Paintbrush, regular paintbrush. Nothing special about this. And you can see the bristles are already damaged. It doesn't matter. I'm going to put it into here. Push it in. Just like that. And now, you'll be wondering, what is this? Watch this. I've got a long brush to work with. Now, I want it shorter. I've got shorter. And the issue I faced with the previous brushes is they were massive. They had massive bristles. They were for commercial painting. This here, I can get good quality brushes, and I can get them on this stick. Quality brushes with a longer length. That is fantastic. Anyway, this is the size we're after. And it actually came as an idea from a recent reel, the one I posted on Instagram about the us painting the beach. I felt like a lot of the time I was standing here on the artwork painting it, and I'm like, yeah, it's nice, but it'd be better if you could actually see the artwork and the stroke being made. This allows the stroke to be more obvious to the camera and actually allows me to be more expressive while also not covering up the artwork during the reel. So anyway, that's the fun I've had. Well, if you're wondering where I was yesterday, while it was raining, I did all my laptop work, emails, getting back to people, trying to get through social media, and then I invented this. That was the day's trajectory. So it's pretty fun, actually. Here we go. Now, here we are. There's one other really exciting development too. So I've got this very liquidy medium like this. I'll show you. It's almost literally like water. And you may have seen me yarn about these behaving like tacos. Well, if you hold it like this, the water runs out each side and it's no good. So you've literally got to fold it like a taco. So you've got the little end there, so when you tilt it this way, the paint doesn't fall out, and then you work from this side. Crazy world we live in. Anyway, let's boot this out of the way. And I'm just anyone's comments there while I was yakking about nonsense. Let me have a look-see here. And hey John, you're a legend, mate. Good to have you on board. Control affecting painting. It's a balance. I think we can get way too controlling, and chaos isn't the solution either. And think of a painting almost like a friendship or a relationship. You can't have a constructive relationship if there's zero rules or zero controls and only chaos. Cheers, Michael. And you also can't have a relationship if there's only rules and no freedom. And so there's this grey area in between. And where that grey area sits is where I believe the best relationships or artwork is. And that's not a grey area to be taken advantage of. That's just to say that there's elements of and there's certain rules or things you see, look, I'm not in the way of the painting. We can all enjoy this. And like, when I say rules in a relationship, I want to get back to the what I'm saying, from my definition, the people I care about, it would be that you never actually sought to hurt the other person. You only wanted what was best for them. Now, we've all got different ways of doing that, but it's good to be able to trust or know that your friends and relationships are going to be predictable enough to know that they'll do their best for what's best for you. What am I doing with the painting? It's actually not that professional in that if you come close to it, there's paint all over it, even some purple already up there. So it's actually a trick. Hey Cheryl, long time no see. Unless you've been hanging around the background every now and again. Good to see you in here. Hope you like our new gizmo. Yeah, purple's fun. Funnest thing about using colours like purples and dark blues, especially early in the piece, is that you can swap them over for things like black, which would normally be all-consuming for a painting, but in this case, we don't have to dodge black, but we can play with purple. Hold on, I'm just going to move this over a little bit. There we go. Oh no, it's raining again. Too bad I'm losing a friend. There we go. And also, this cut doesn't need to be all that clear. Start with chaos. And then move more towards entropy. Which, when I say entropy, I mean moving more towards order. But you're always going to start with chaos, losing through. Otherwise, the artwork never makes sense. You're totally a good girl. I can't wait until my excuses, as in a wholesome way, my excuses, I was busy with the kids. What a fantastic excuse. Cannot wait. Too bad it's raining again. There we go. Stacks of blue. Shelby's doing good. She's doing good. I actually tried to drag her along with me this time, but she's like, it is literally raining. So bear in mind, guys, if it starts to pour down, it was expected. It's okay. It's okay. Now, we're straight on top of gesso at the moment, and when you're straight on top of gesso, you do need to get full coverage before you start getting too excited. Because that full coverage allows the next colours to grow. And the first colours, no matter how hard you try, never seem to have that same level of saturation. They never do. Crazy. So get this down. Beautiful. Too bad I'm losing a friend. Hold on. I'm losing control of my taco here. There we go. So I was saying earlier, see how I had to fold the top up there so the paint doesn't come out? That's less taco with more burrito. Too bad I'm losing a friend. These up here just to strengthen it up a little bit. They'll hold it into place nicely. I am back. I've got a better question. How have you been? I've been good, by the way, but how have you been? Too bad I'm losing. Let's perfect. The only thing I like right now is a brush with slightly more broad. Look at this one here. You can see how it's quite thin. If I had a bit more, I'd be able to cover more surface area. Especially in the starting bit of it. But, that being said, since we don't, they're all scratchy at the start, more messy. Well, we sacrifice things for living in a place like this. Amazon's basically non-existent. The whole of New Zealand's got the same population of Chicago, roughly. And I don't know, you just sacrifice things. Cars are more expensive. Nothing comes for free. There's always a trade. Always a trade. So, but don't worry, this is a trade that I'm happy making, but it is a trade. If I was living in America, for example, shipping, oh my god, that'd be easier. My lord. Do you know how much? Shouldn't say this, but I shipped a piece the day before yesterday, and it cost me $2,000. That's just for transit, not even the cost of the actual packaging and preparing. Wow. So, like I say, there's a trade with everything you do. Sometimes, get the perfect balance. And I've seen some homes people live overseas. When I say homes, don't think just the house, think of the lifestyle that they go through. Look, yeah, you can deliver things by hand, but when it's like this size, you're already checking it into the plane and things. And when you're checking it into the cargo hold of the plane, it's fragile. Just do the process right. One thing that you've got to make sure of is the trust element for a client ordering art, is that you're in the middle of nowhere, the South Pacific. I've only read about you in books or on weird Facebook feeds. How do they have trust that actually if you order from New Zealand, it arrives in its location safe? Don't go skimp, don't cheap on the packaging, don't cheap on the shipping. Get it done in a way that it arrives safely. And that level of trust, that's what allows people in the middle of nowhere, overseas, wherever, to think, okay, I can get involved in this. That crosses the ocean and the border requires merchant marine insurance. Well, yes and no. You can get insurance in a bunch of different ways. So I'm going to give a quick couple of comments on this and then we're going to move on. But I insure the journey from New Zealand in a way that it's covered until it reaches its destination. So I don't talk to any marine companies or anything like that. Do I pay more? Possibly. But I like to deal with the people I know for them to sort it out. Even if they mark it up on me, it's okay, because I want to deal with a close-knit group of people and not a million different people. Do we want to be speaking with marine insurance companies, or do we want to be out there painting, you know? That's why a good team's important. A good team can help you actually go look after you on different fronts. Tell you when yes is the right answer. Tell you no when you need to be no. Not expecting to come across my favourite shade of pastel purple in the whole world. Well, it's utterly coincidental, but you are more than welcome. Belt's a little bit loose. Pants are falling down. Oh no, it's around. Okay. And we do have a bit of a battle. We do have a bit of a battle. That's what I was trying to say, but I slurred my words. In that the sun is going down. Ooh. Off-grid living. I like it. I think it's a response to the world we live in right now. But think about this. I think it's the complete opposite direction. So things got too what's the opposite of not grid living? too city-like maybe, but and then the off-grid living's in the other direction. I think it's a grey area, somewhere around 30% of the way to the city. We need nature around us. I think it's healthy. We need fresh air. I know that feels good, and I feel like at a certain point you still get the novelty or the perks of the city, and you keep that nature. You don't need to be completely off the grid. You can still be in something like a lovely home. You can still be in a wonderful lovely home or wonderful piece of land, or own nice things. But I would never compromise on things as simple as wide open spaces, air quality, or nature. If I sacrifice those things, those are the sort of things in sci-fi movies that the richest people would pay any amount of money for. You have access to them right now. Right now. So, I love pretending sometimes that I'm in a sci-fi movie. And I pay hundreds of billions of dollars to experience nature on Earth after an apocalypse. You think like that. Why isn't the water moving? The water is moving. There's not much of a tide at the moment. Not much of a wave. Not many waves at the moment at all. It's a pretty relaxed evening actually. Oh my god. Unbelievable. I left my ultramarine blue at home. That is a tragedy. That is the colour team. That is, I think for the last 16 streams consecutively, I've yarned about ultramarine blue and how I love it so much. And now I've left it at home. It's not in my toolbox. What an absolute disaster. I mean, we'll manage, but what an absolute disaster. I don't know why 15 minutes from the city is even catching on. It's like hypercity. Look, I reckon with self-driverless cars, you won't even need to worry about 15 minutes. Like, you could live 2 hours or 1 hour from the city, hypothetically, and have everything you wanted. In that, you just hop in your car, do your emails, and Jay, I'm taken, I need you to relax, but thank you very much for joining. You'll be able to sit in your car, do emails for 2 hours, arrive in the city, do whatever it is you had planned out to do, and then home again, emails, contacts, as long as you didn't have to actually drive. It would save a whole lot of time. Like, how can you drive into the city and actually just sit at your desk? Cheers, Pakmon. Pakmon? I'm a bad reader. Pakboo. Yeah, the words like mate and yarn will give me away. Mate and yarn are very much Kiwi words. Some of the lines down here. There we go. There's some back. We almost lost it all, but that's alright. It wouldn't have been the end of the world. Like I say, this is not a commission. It's just a fun piece, and we are expecting rain. It's an example why. It's an example why you just have to do your setup. And not get lazy. And in this case here, I got lazy. You need your hook. Now it's not going anywhere. Imagine how embarrassing that would have been if it went flying. Or if I was just really attached to the work and like it goes flying, I just stand here for like 2 or 3 seconds and then start crying. And then like slowly walk over to the live feed and turn it off, just gently sobbing. Love the lavender and purple. Perfect. Perfect. I like it. It gets a lot of love. It deserves it. It gets a lot of love. This is actually some brooding clouds. This is a little bit of a light green touch. Now, I didn't want just the bushes to be light green. I wanted to get some of that into the sand dunes around here. And please don't expect to see exactly what this environment looks like in just the 45 minutes that we've got. I want it to stay wild. I mean, tomorrow we can come back here and take it to that definition level. But right now, we don't want that definition level. We want crazy chaos. Crazy chaos. Here's the ocean again. One thing I love to do too, as a weird little hobby, is I like to get the full replay and then flick through it at about 20 to 40 minute gaps and see how the picture comes together, if it comes together, what parts may need to be worked on, where I had it, where I lost it, if I lost it, if I ever had it. And it's amazing how on different days you'll perceive what you had and what you didn't have very differently. Oh no, it's raining. Nice. Alright, where's that colour that I went high and low to find? This one right here. Perfecto. Da-dum, ba-dum, doo-da-dum-dum. Da-dum, doo-da-dum. Get past this. Yeah. You know, we don't often use many greens, but they're needed for this piece. They are needed. Just fold back that side there a little bit. Lovely. Alright. Naples yellow. It's going to come off as like a kaffir lime, just the colour already on the brush. And then it'll slowly fade into proper Naples yellow. You missed the Phyllis ending. That's alright. It was a, I think I'm going to add maybe some touches of white into it. I haven't fully decided yet, but I'm building a frame for Phyllis at the moment. If you want to catch the last 30 minutes, you can find those, the last 30 minutes on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. You'll be away. Lovely question. It's 10 past 5. 10 past Oh no, it's raining. It's a little bit thick here, but that's okay. Too bad I'm losing a friend. Oh no, it's raining. These banks here are some way off. It's situated well. Beautiful clay. And then that same colour, probably because they slowly crumble into make the sand, it's lurking down here on this bridge. That same coating paper. And then it's slightly across the edge there, perfect. Ripples nicely there. And then just down here, this is where it gets really interesting. These areas have an amazing amount of little shells, which will be speckled with our white later in the piece. That's the plan. I can see you have paper plates. I do. Because you can fold them nicely, like a little tucker. Losing the canvas, dropping the paintbrush. The idea it might rain has got me completely frazzled. Too bad I'm losing. I know it's wrong. Ba-da, ba-da, ba. Too bad I'm losing a friend. That's that song. I wonder if he actually lost the friend, or if the friend heard the song and thought, oh, I'd love to come hang out with you. Just got a big misunderstanding. We can see it again. Part of me wants to include the cliff on the other side. I'll show you it. It's way out of context, but it's all the way over there. And I kind of want some of that in here too. You can see it, there, that cliff. We've got this cliff over here. Watch those step over things. That one there, and then we've got this picture right here in the middle. So you can sort of see coming in at the moment, but like guys, it's really rough. It's early in the piece. That little cliff face jumping out into the water, it will slowly come in here. We're going to over accentuate the amount of buildings and trees we see on the skyline, just because since we're here painting what we see, we can add a little bit of expression into it. We can deviate, and then maybe to frame it, yeah, there's other piece in here. I'm going to put a few dots in, but if we get later in the piece and I think, nah, bail on that, there's a hotel there, then we can still just cover it up with some lavender or purple and get rid of it. Why do you put the extension handle on your brush? I was watching some of the reels yesterday, the day before yesterday, Cheryl, and I found myself standing up here close to the work, and whenever I'm up here working on it, you guys can't actually see the picture, so it's bad for angles, and if I angle you more this way, it's too side on, so I thought the best balance between it is just along the brush, so I can stand here, slightly out of the way, and it doesn't really affect me that much. It makes the brush strokes more expressive. I kind of like that. It feels like I'm holding like a sword. I feel like a warrior. I'm a painter, but you know, sometimes it's nice to get that feel-good feeling. And if we were doing some sort of large-scale picture, it's kind of fun to use a big, expressive brush. It changes the strokes a little bit, so it's fun. It's fun. DJ's into it. That was my first thought actually when I was looking at this. I was like, you know what? DJ's gonna like this. I was gonna ask if it affected your work, but you answered before yeah. So it does make a change, and you'll probably go down to a really small brush and get up close and personal in the later layers. But then we'll bring the camera right in. We might even do it on the porch or something where there's not a background to be seen anyway. And we can just all get in here, set up nice and close, and dot. little spots of magenta or that white where we think they go. But at this stage, it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to have the world here at our fingertips. The expressive, wild environment. Get a bit more of that purple. There we go. And how good is the bungee holding everything in place. If it wasn't for the bungee, it might have tried to blow away. It doesn't always work. It's a nice idea to think the bungee is a permanent solution, but sometimes if the wind manages to blow it just past the pivot point, the bungee actually pulls it down. So you might be able to actually catch the artwork, but when you go to reach for it, it suddenly moves it twice the rate and slams into the ground. It's happened once before. I'm the same with my tongs whilst cooking pasta. Alright. Not just a swordsman, but I'm working off the energy of a pasta chef. I think I actually like that one more, to be fair. Am I alone? Well, at the moment, yes. Well, actually, no. No, there's a room of 98 of us here. 99 including me. So, it depends on your definition of alone. I never feel alone when I'm on the phone with my father. Feel alone when I'm talking to my best friend. And you start to think like that. Are you alone when you're on in a live chat room or talking to loved ones? Or are you feeling connection? I think there's a broader definition. Alone doesn't just mean physically alone. I think more importantly, we're starting to understand the dangers of being mentally alone. Not having anyone around you who understands or sees where you're mentally at. Sounds dangerous. Don't have people not keeping tabs on it, but interested. Yeah. Be in a stable space. Beautiful. I wish I had my ultimate will to attack this city. It looks like the destiny of this picture. The destiny of this picture is to actually not get blue at the start. I kind of like that. Lovely. Actually, there we go. That clears off my brush. Alright. Pardon me. Very rude of me. You'll have to excuse me if I burp a little bit, guys. I had a miso soup before, and it's giving me a little bit of reflux. We're all human. Okay, here we go. Fold this up here. And we're sorted. Let's go. Too bad I'm losing. Okay. This isn't ultramarine blue, but it's a baby blue. It's going to be kind of fun. Use it in here first. Dark colours. Beautiful. And then start capturing these reflective ponds. Lots of reflections in the water. Now it cascades around this area. bits of the tide that come in and fill those other little patches. Yes, you got me, Barb. Barb, you got me, Barb. Too bad. This is that wild clouds in the sky. Too often we could leave those and wait until the end of the picture and then just add white and blue to make the clouds and wonder why they look weird. You've got to inherently see them as part of the picture. You've got to treat them, even though they're moving, as if they're stationary and beautiful in the sky. Now, since they are moving, your sky's going to be constantly changing, and I'm going to end up with this wild, almost like kaleidoscope of hues as the sky tries to figure out what it's doing. But that's better. A million strokes attempting to show what a sky should look like, rather than a fake sky that I imagine in my own head. I want to see what the sky is, and if it's constantly changing, and each stroke's just a moment in that sky's trajectory or life across a 2-hour period, that's our sky. Maybe a cloud half drawn, a shade half grabbed, a light ray that disappeared later in the piece. That's the sky, and that's okay. Let's get this out from here. There we go. Oh no, it's raining. Cheers, appreciate that. The depth of the sky, feel it over the water. I've always felt like American skies had so much more mass than New Zealand skies. They just felt expensive. But maybe that's because maybe it's just because this sky's home to me, so it feels closer. But the American skies always felt so huge, humongous. Sort of sky that would just go on forever. Texas skies. Oh, that's a sky. My Lord above, that's a sky. Too bad I'm losing. And this is down. Ba-dum-ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. Add a little bit of white in there too. Art capturing a moment in World 1, sunset right where you are. I've got some terrible news for you, Barb. I love that you're inspired, but we're not going to see a sunset. Not because I'm not going to be here, but because the sunset's on that side, so it's behind us, coming this way. But I've always wanted to paint right on sunrise. Except the artwork would be hard to see. It would be there for the moment, you know. It would be a wild moment. The artwork would be overcast, but actually it would be a special time. Surely. But actually it would be a special time. Surely. Giant beam of light coming up because we'll be capturing it as it went. So it could be fun to try. See what the result is. It would certainly put a time limit on it. You've got sunrise, 7:10 a.m. until 12, and the sun's out of sight. So you've got that amount of time to paint the picture, 5 hours. It's definitely doable. It's definitely doable, but the changes would make... Look, I reserve all comments actually until I've given it a go. Try anything once. Sunrise set. You like the colour combo, Mel? Well, I love how you've come into this chat room here and given a constructive compliment. You're a champion. Appreciate you. Yeah. That's one of the challenges too. So, it's a bit windy, or it was before. I should be way down there. But I was worried the wind, around some trees here at the moment, get some shelter. If I went all the way down there, I was worried the wind would blow everything over. So, I jumped in here. Why is the water not moving? There's no waves. There's no waves. There's, I'll show you. We can spin you around. So, there's a guy on the beach there. Wait, can you see him? Running his two dogs. You can see the bushes behind me here. Hanging around. Right around here. And you can hear that wind a little bit. It's giving me a bit of grief. So, that's what we're dealing with. Bring you back to here. There we go. Alright. Let's keep doing this in here. Lovely. Lovely. You're here for the accent, Kendall. Well, hopefully, by the time you move off, start charging through some reels before bed or whatever your habit is, starting the day. But regardless of what you're here for, you can put a little bit of pleasure into your day. That'll make this picture there, which doesn't have a home, worthwhile. It doesn't have a home because I'm half convinced it's going to rain before we finish. And so I thought, we'll just come down here, crack into it. We won't do any of the commission work, because that way we, if the rain comes down and ruins everything, it won't be the end of the world. Who's that there? Siberio? G'day, Steve. I mean, it's beautiful, but it's a great bit of weather out here. And if you're in New Zealand, you can rent me for paint nights and things like that. Not really. Oh, you can, but the most recent paint night I did was that birthday party for MJ. It was I think she was turning 8. So we broke out all the paint stuff down the beach, which was kind of fun. But I kind of feel like, as a philosophy, I always fall back on how can you bring, like, lead with intention. What are your intentions? And I'd like to use art as a tool to bring more happiness or pleasure or vitality. Most of all, I feel like the world's got a little bit numb. Not terribly numb, but we're number. And I feel like art, especially in a time where we're using our phones and looking at pixels and scrolling through, endless duplications of things, to actually feel something real, to be able to connect with something. And that's part of the reason why I always come back to live, because I feel like, aside from a pretty picture, aside from a reel, I feel like live there's more connection. I feel like live there's a moment, there's more emotion, there's a real feeling to be shared. and I care about that. Now, certainly with a paint night, you have that live moment and that connection, but you'd also have to ask how many people you're connecting with. And right now we've got a lovely 84 people, and it constantly changes. People join in, people head off, come in, people head off. But with a live night, for example, there might be 12 of us for a 4-hour period, so that's quite an intensive session. Fun, very fun, but intensive. So it's fun to be able to actually be here for an extended period, and then whoever's here can join in. If you're busy, wander off, come back. It's up to you. So I think there's a massive asset. If you've got the courage to share what you do on a platform like Live, you're doing a lot of people a huge favour. And I always like the times when you've got the chat room with about 20 or 30 people in it, because I feel like with 20 to 30 people, there's this, I feel like there's enough time to talk to each individual person and connect the small numbers is nice. When you get up to sort of 200 to 300 people, comments come in too fast and you can't chew every idea for as long as you want to. You have to move on and keep dancing around. Not dancing around me physically, but dancing around different concepts and ideas and questions. But if you have less people, that gives you an opportunity to really chew on ideas. Really consider it. And hear everyone's point of view on it. That's important too. Let's get some saturation in here. Next colour off the ranks is going to see mod. This white. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I like my favourite lives are when there's a group of about, I say 20 to 30, but about 50, and they go for like a 4-hour period, and then people come in for like an hour or two, each person, and I get time to actually spend with, regulars, new people, everyone who comes on in, and that's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. But we haven't got that long here. The sun is trying to set on us, and I've just chosen an absolutely wild colour. Dabble with it here a little bit. It's pink. Well, hot pink. Deep magenta. Beautiful. Hey Jade, how you doing? Long time no see. Hope you're happy and healthy. And where am I today? Well, it's a little bit colder, but I'm down at the beach and I'm sheltered back from it a wee bit, so I didn't go the whole way down. I stayed back about, well, you can see it, 50, 80 metres. Temptation to move really close to it too, because I love to see how the paint actually hits. bike that just went by, but yeah. And, oh well, I hope it's the good kind of busy. I hope it's the good kind. Now let's have a little look-see here. Are you what I want? Some blue hue. Look, it might be azure. I mean, honestly, Sebastian, how did you leave? How did you leave your prized ultramarine at home? You wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't read about it. Okay. Indian yellow and titanium white. A little bit more of this. Beautiful. And that makes up our burrito this time around. Okay, let's go on the mouth. Burrito. Ready to serve. And a little bit off the back there. Perfect. Pretty looking today? Yeah, it's a good day. It's a good day. There's a cute little dog over there. It's like a Stanley. Maybe. Some sort of cross. And it couldn't be happier to be down at the beach. Yeah. How cool is that, right? Okay. I think though, guys, the rain's gone away. Not the rain. The wind's gone away enough to catch that. And I'm just going to show you something. Okay. So, this is a new little thing I've modified here. Are you painting on a piece of masonite? Usually I am. It's funny you ask for this session, because I actually swapped. This here is aluminum. So it's aluminum with a sheet between and then another layer of aluminum. Sanded, gesso twice, and now painting on it. And the reason why I was doing it this way is I've got a new method for framing that I needed aluminum for. So, but usually masonite, yeah. So oil tinted hardboard. Anyway, let's draw this down. Okay. So the purpose of doing that is you can start to see better what we're working on here. You can see a lady walking on the beach. You can see, hopefully, with your angle there, you can see the reflections on the sand and that hill over there. Trying to capture most of all that horizon creeping there. There's a modification on this that I've done that allows that little rotation, which is pretty fun. Pretty fun. You also like painting? Alright. Well, it's good to have you in here. Honestly, that's kind of how I feel too. In fact, if I had any feedback for myself, it would be there's been a lack of kung fu moves. Please fix. Yeah. One of those restaurant reviews. Love this place. Would love to come here again. Can't until I see more kung fu moves. Sorry and thanks. gold here. You can see here, we started off with that violet colour. Whoop. You can see here, we started off with that violet colour because the sun was up there casting sort of pale gold environment, and now as the sun heads away a bit more, the light starts to change more towards sunset. And you can see our pellicles is here have changed more into these golden colours and pushing away those pale tones that we initially started with. It's just kind of fun. And this is what you get when you paint the landscape in front of you as you see it. It changes. Van Gogh faced that challenge with sunflowers. There's a 4-hour window between the flowers. Monet faced that, captured that in all of his work. The list goes on and on and on and on. Go. Clouds have a horrible habit of shifting. But there's nothing you can do about them. Yes. If you yell at them, it makes no difference. If you do like a current cloud formation though, your best bet, you usually just take a picture of it and then adjust it in the studio. But feels more contrived, less authentic. So I just go with it everywhere. Let's put this one down here. Wipe our brush off again. Like that. Beautiful. What do we have next? Get back to those blues. They're starting to pop out of the sky a wee bit, so we'll dive on that. It's here. It's Brazil at midnight. This is New Zealand, so the middle of nowhere for you. The absolute middle of nowhere. So welcome to the middle of nowhere. Wow. A bit longer before the sun takes us out of here. We picked the right time. I don't think for the rest of the day now it's going to rain. I think we're safe. But we will see. We will see. It's still quite raw on the so it'll take a bit more time. And you might even start to see in the picture at this stage a little bit of a hint of that horizon, clearer sky, the dunes rolling around here a little bit. The idea that something's down here, there's 2 posts and some Tuscan sort of plants, and that hill is still quite undefined. It needs some black to pull it into shape. But in all honesty, I'll be a little bit scared right now. So we might do it, but in time. Right, this little line here. Beautiful. I am back. Sarah, welcome. My phone is ringing. I think that's a lady actually calling her dogs. But, oh, no, you're hearing crickets, actually. It's, going on dusk here. Called, oh no, was it? Oh, it was ringing. I missed a call. Thank you. Who did I miss a call from? Ah, my best mate. Alright. Well, he's going to be expecting a call back. We'll get around to that shortly. Probably in another 30 minutes here, I reckon. Oh, the vibrating. The rack up. Sorry about that, guys. June sorted. What would you do if the dog ran up and jumped on your arm? Good laugh. Depends. If the art was wet, and depending on the paint, if it was oil paint, I'd be more concerned for the dog. But for this piece, it dries that fast that there's really nowhere the dog can leap on, and the dog's endorsement, it's a pretty good endorsement. If he leapt at it, it means it's colourful and fun. I don't see many dogs leaping at boring white walls, so you gotta take all the compliments you can get. Quantum, how are we doing? I'm on, I don't know the name of this beach, but it's up close to, well, it's in the north of Auckland. It's up close to one of the national parks, Winderhome. I like this little spot there. It's a good little spot. Okay. At the next stage. So I'm going to grab that purple again. Purple or black and green? It's tough. It's tough out there. We'll go for the purple. And we'll grab a little bit more of the medium that I've been mixing in. I agree with you, Cheryl. I'd be hoping I'd be down here in the dunes, but they ended up in the sky. It is what it is. Crazy process. Sometimes you just need to embrace it. You've never seen a paintbrush like that? That's because I made it myself. Proud of me. Alright. Let's get these hills here sorted. And then start to see dunes and the flow. Perfect. And then down through here. Nice. And a little bit there. Okay. And then we're supposed to get some love. And there's our wild little piece. We're not finished yet. But we might let that crazy little coat dry. Keeps pausing. I don't know why it's doing that to you, but strange. Have a little look-see here, team. Yeah, okay. So you can see sort of where we got to here. I'll give you a little, the rain will ruin it. Yeah, it might do. That hill there, is that there? You can see I've accentuated the clay there a little bit. It's a little perk coming out here. I'll flip it over shortly so you can see it better. And then I added the other side of the hill in there. Massive, massive lumps on the horizon. You can sort of see them over this far side here. They're tiny. I've made them massive. And the sea in here needs some love, but I didn't have my ultramarine that I really wanted to make sea with. And then you can see the curling dunes and where the water's getting adjusted as the tide comes in and out. So, let's do some little adjustments here. Voila. Now you can see what we're working on. So you can see those little cuts through the dune there. Now the other part I'm showing you is way over here. See? Over there, that hill. That's where the other part we've included is. And then if I bring it back here, one last little moment is where we're at. Now, sun's got a bit low for my liking. I'm going to pack on up before the mosquitoes start coming out. Got one bite already. And go make Shelby some dinner. Cheers guys, look after yourselves, and wherever you are in this big old world, good day or good night. Oh my god, and washing my hands. Cheryl, lovely to have you in here. Jay Smith, you're all a pack of legends guys. Gabrielle, I love painting, and Barb, you are more than welcome. Catch you later guys, bye now. Oh, everyone here, have an amazing Easter. Cheers guys, bye. Will do.